Hey friends, and welcome back to the Rice Family YouTube channel. Today is day 6 of our family road trip, and this day takes us out into the desert to see something truly iconic to Arizona, Saguaro National Park. But on the way back, we did end up driving through a full desert dust storm, and it was something we won't forget. So let's jump into day 6. We started the morning from our Airbnb in Phoenix, Arizona, and packed up for the day and headed towards Saguaro National Park. This is one of the stops that we were really looking forward to because it's such a defining part of the Arizona landscape and something truly unique. Saguaro National Park is located near Tucson, Arizona, and it is known for one very special thing, the giant saguaro cactus. These are tall, iconic cacti that most people picture when they think of the desert Southwest. Saguaro cacti are actually the largest cacti in the United States, and they are incredibly slow growing. It takes, we learned, about 10 years for them to grow just an inch or two, and around 50 to 70 years before they can even begin to grow arms. And some of them can live to be 150 to 200 years old. So when you're standing in a forest of these cacti, you're actually looking at something that has been there for generations. One of the most fascinating things about the saguaros is how they survive in such a harsh environment. They are designed to store large amounts of water during the rainy season, expand like an accordion to hold that water, and then slowly use it up during the dry periods. They also have very shallow root system that spreads out wide to quickly absorb rainfall. Saguaro National Park isn't just about the cacti, though. It's about the whole ecosystem. These cacti provide shelter for birds, nesting places for species like woodpeckers, food for desert animals. So even though the desert can seem maybe empty at first, it's actually full of life. The park is split into 2 main sections, one on the east side of Tucson and one on the west side. Each of the sides offer scenic drives, hiking trails, and different views of the desert landscape. For our family, this was more of a drive and explore experience. We were able to stop along scenic areas, get out and walk a bit, let the kids observe the landscape. It's not always about long hikes. Sometimes it's about just experiencing a place and taking it in. Places like this really give you a sense of creativity and design and creation. Everything here is uniquely adapted to survive. And it reminds us that even in places that seem harsh or empty, there is purpose and design. As always, and especially in these warmer climates, make sure you come prepared for a hike and for adventure. We decided to purchase these knockoff brand camel backpacks for water for the kids, and it has been such a helpful addition to our hiking in these warm climates because they can just sip on the water whenever they need. We also wanted to make sure we had light jackets for wind and sun protection and hats for all of the kids, especially the little ones who need that more support to managing the sun and the harsh climates on their faces and their fair skin. On our trip to Saguaro National Park, Nana and Papa, who are with us on this adventure, had already visited, so they were able to kind of share which hiking trails that they liked and which ones were most kid-friendly. On this hike in particular, there were several different options of trails to walk, and so we picked the one that seemed most flat and graveled to support little feet walking. And as always, when we're on these hikes and trails in the different areas, we do try to teach our children the importance of staying on a trail and making sure to preserve what's around us, the beauty that is of creation for others to be able to come and see. And this is especially important in national parks, specifically in Saguaro National Park, because did you know that the saguaros are protected plants in Arizona? It is illegal to cut one down, to move one, or to damage one without a special permit. And like I said, this is a great teaching moment about stewardship and respect for creation while you're on these hikes and even in preparation for it. If you know us, we love to bring lunch with us on the go. We think that this is a way to save money, to be able to eat right away when littles get hungry, and to kind of have some more centering time when we rest at lunchtime. Okay, also to give you a few more interesting information that you can use to be able to teach your kids while you are there at Saguaro National Park is that saguaro blossom is the state flower. The saguaro produces a white flower, which are actually the state flower of Arizona, and they bloom in late spring and are pollinated by the bats and the birds and the insects. Another really cool feature of the desert life is the nighttime. The desert becomes very active at night. Animals you don't see during the day, like coyotes and owls and bats, they come out. The desert may look quiet during the day, but at night it's full of life. The other unique thing is that it has extreme temperatures. The desert experiences huge temperature swings. It can be extremely hot during the day and much cooler at night. And this is why many plants and animals are adapted to conserve energy and water. All around, we had such a great time in this national park, as it is our goal to visit as many national parks as we can with our children growing up. This was definitely a highlight because of its just such different terrain from other national parks that we had visited previously. After spending time exploring, we packed up and we started to get ourselves heading towards Phoenix. And that, on the drive home, is when we experienced something that was completely new for us, a desert dust storm. You could actually see it moving across the landscape. The sky changed, and as you can see, visibility dropped severely, and everything looked like hazy and almost an orange tone. A reminder to us about how powerful and unpredictable nature can be in the desert. We slowed down and we stayed aware and we made our way through it safely, but it was definitely an experience. At the end of the dust storm, we got hit with hail and rain, and it was quite a unique experience as we were not prepared for that in the desert. We all had a snack as we fed the baby, and then we headed back on the road to finish our drive all the way to Scottsdale. Once we got to Scottsdale, it was still raining, and we made a stop at a little place called the Sicilian. This was such a little fun treat after a long day. We grabbed cannolis, which are a traditional Italian dessert with a crispy shell and a sweet, creamy filling. It was simple, but it was one of those little moments that makes the day super memorable. After that, we headed back to our Airbnb, and the rest of the evening was slow and relaxed. The kids swam, we had dinner, and just enjoyed being together after a full day. Day 6 of our adventure was such a good mix of learning, exploring, and experiencing something new. From the quiet beauty of the desert to something as unexpected as a dust storm, it was a day we'll remember. And tomorrow we have another adventure planned, and it's one that we've been really looking forward to. So make sure you follow along for day 7. Thanks for being with us, and I'll see you in the next video.